Oh, stop, stop, get back, get back, get back, get back. Stop, stop, get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. Hi, this is Greg with Lionquestfitness. Today I thought it would be fun to compare the Star BM9 to the Glock 19. You know, both have served as duty guns, one past, one present, and they've also been used as concealed carry weapons. Now let me talk about the accuracy first, because I've shot these guns several times over the last week to kind of get a feel for them again. And it flops. One day I'll shoot the Star better, the next day I'll shoot the Glock better. And that can be expected when you're shooting two different platforms, because you got two different manuals of arms, two different ways that you hold the gun, two different ways of sighting the gun. And this right here usually is in this area with the Glock. So it's the shooter, not the gun. All right, let's tell the tale of the tape with each gun. Now, Star BM9 weighs 34 ounces unloaded, whereas the Glock 19 weighs 29.5 ounces loaded with 15 rounds, as opposed to the Star only having 8 rounds. Now this gun is very similar in fashion to a 1911, other than it does not have the grip safety. Now, what can we say about the Glock 19 that has not already been said? Well, first off, this was a gift from Ken S. And one day I was commiserating to Ken about a M&P 9 Generation 1 that had never been fired before. And I got my hands on it, and I worked with it, and and I was so frustrated at my inability to get the kind of accuracy I like to get out of a gun with that gun. Ken said, "Listen, Greg, I've got this Glock 19, I'll send you." And I said, yes. I've always liked Glocks. I've carried Glocks as a duty weapon. Now, this one has Talon grips and the True Dot sight. Other than that, it's a stock Gen 3. And this is my third favorite gun. Now, a lot of people think I'm not into high capacity, or I don't like high capacity, because I mostly carry revolvers for daily carry. However, there's a time and a place for high capacity. And this is the gun I would carry if I felt the need. Now, I made a comment on another channel a while back about Glocks being ergonomic, and people are like, what? Glocks ergonomic? Well, I want you to look down. Glocks are very simple design, very simple manual of arms. Basically, you can look down the profile of the gun to aim the gun. All right, that's an old Jim Cirillo trip. Now let's talk about the Star BM9. Star BM9, they're made in Spain, or were made in Spain. Very excellent workmanship. They were used by the Spanish military in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, also by their police in Spain. And it's a well-made gun. The only problem is these have been shot to pieces, and some of them have not been cared for very well. Now this one was ranked in very good condition, and it does shoot well. It is very accurate. You know, the weight helps the accuracy. Now the Star is a little finicky with ammo, or at least the two I've had, I found that to be the case. You know, they're designed to shoot the NATO 9mm 124 grain round hard nose bullet, and some types of ammo may or may not run well. I have found that the 115 grain Remington hollow points do run well in these guns. Now the guns also have some peculiarities. You know, they do have a magazine disconnect safety, and I took them out of the two guns I had, but after I did, I started getting jams, and the slide would hang up, and you know, I'd have double feeds. I put the disconnect back in, and I didn't have that problem anymore. There's also a problem that I have to be careful of being a left-handed shooter, because I've gotten used to using that thumbs forward grip. But if I press the slide release right here, what happens, it pushes the slide stop out and the gun will hang up. And you saw I did it today on the video. So that's something I have to be very careful of and cognizant of. Now this is a single action firearm, and you carry it cocked and locked. Could you conceal carry it? Well, in a sturdy holster, and this is an Azula holster and sturdy belt, yeah, sure, you can carry it. It's going to be a little heavy, but if this is the only gun you have, yeah, you could conceal carry it. And I have to say this, if you were going to conceal carry a gun like this, this needs to be the only gun you train with, because it does have a certain manual of arms that's very different from striker-fired pistols. Now, one last thing I want to add. This is a gun that I take when I'm working with new shooters at the range, because of the weight, it's easier for them to get shots on target. And with a new shooter, I try to build up their confidence and give them that sense of accomplishment when they're first learning how to shoot. So this is Greg with Lionquestfitness reminding you, always be prepared for the unexpected.